Okay, welcome back. What we'll do now is we'll take a look at a video. Some music you might have already heard. Yeah, so this is a painting happening, and we are taking a look at how the painting is being done. I'll fast forward it, and we are not going to do it for 8 minutes. So this is teaching painting for kids. So this is what we saw in the morning, right? Blending. Something with what we are going to look at. Okay, can anybody tell me what this technique is called, which you just saw? This technique here. Yeah? No? Blending is the other one, what we saw first. Yeah, masking. Okay, this is just to give an idea what masking actually is. There is another mask here if you see where the tape is put. Yeah, so there is a mask there also. You will not see the entire thing. So we'll see like how many points masking happens and ultimately when it is removed, the last mask. Okay, so this is a mix of blend and mask. So what we saw earlier was different blending modes and how blending happens. Okay, now we are going to take a look at masking. So when do you think masking would be required if you are working with an image? Yeah, so what I'll give an example. Suppose you have this, okay, and I have got another image that I have downloaded. Okay. How will I remove the background? What are the different ways? One is I can select it and delete it, right? I'll show you the easier way of doing things. Take this tool, select this, right? One way. What has happened to the image? Yeah? So don't see about the type of cut that it has got, it's not very clear or whatever. What has happened? The image, the data is lost, right? This was what the image was, and some data is lost. Okay, so what is the second line, the other option that I have? I just showed you the option. You can mask it. Okay, mask out what? The white area, right? I don't want the white area, I just want the basket. Okay, so how will you do it? You understood what I want to do, right? I want to hide all these things. This should not be there now in view. I want only the inner part here. So what I am doing is again a simple mathematical operation. I am not doing any operation on this part, and on the remaining part I am doing an operation so that there is no data there. Okay. So if you right click on the layer, you will get an option there, add layer mask. Okay, so there is an option there which will tell you that I can add a layer mask to this, and so what I will do is I will add a layer mask and white will be full opacity. I say add. Can you see the mask? Now what does it say? Now if the mask is applied, it is full white, right? So what I'll do, I'll select the black color. Okay, I'll select the brush. Something is happening. What's happening? Is the image being destroyed or the image is still there? So what I'll do is I'll just disable this mask. Can you see this? The image is still there. Okay, and suppose I say, okay, then the mask is being applied. So there is some operation that is happening on these images here, okay, at a bit level, so that this data is not being shown or displayed. As part of your this thing, I'll show you a simpler way of doing this. There is only a thing for text, right? If you have seen the lesson plan. So we'll work with a text and see how you can. But I'll take a background. So let us take the peacock again, and I want this peacock to appear in a, like, not the entire peacock but these feathers to be as part of the text. So there's a text tool here. Select and I'll type okay, and of course make it bigger. I'll repeat it. So first take a look at it, then you can work on it. Okay, so now I've got Goa University here. And then what I'm going to do is click on the peacock, right click, say add layer mask. Okay, so I've added something there. So the mask is there. Now in here, okay, what is the color? And what did I select here? Let me just remove this mask. What did I select? White, right? White is full opacity. Then what it will do? Whatever is in white will be shown, whatever is in black will be removed. So let us try doing this. So it may go wrong. Let us see what happens if you do this. I'm clicking here, I copy this, can you see something that has happened there? What has happened? Yeah, background is visible. So if I make this visible, you see it's changing. See this? So whatever was in black has become transparent. I'll repeat this, so don't worry. We have got a text already which is in black. Okay, I can go to, there is an option here called invert. Okay, I have inverted this. I have to create one more layer because a layer is important. I need a black layer, so I'll select it. So this becomes my mask now. Is this not my right mask? So you have to learn how to make a mask. This is a mask now, right? So whatever is in white will be shown, whatever is in black will be transparent. Similarly, if you remember this, okay, if you remember this, what's happening? Only within this something is happening, right? Nothing is happening outside. because this is my mask. Similarly, when you see the last thing being removed, even that was a mask. The last part, the tapes which were all around. So whatever was happening was it happening when the mask was put? No, right? The area where it was masked, nothing happened. The original thing stayed. What was open, okay, it affected only that part. So in this case also, what is open now? Okay, so we will be only shown Goa University. So let us try this. I'll show you how to do this because I'm clicking a bit too fast and I know that, Can you see this? Now you have got the background and only this part of the peacock is visible. Okay, so I've done a mask now. Of course, you can do a lot more things here. You can blend it. And you can give some, I can duplicate this. Can you see this? Because the mask was only for that area. See what has happened to the other part of the image. Okay, we'll do it again. I'll just remove this. And have you understood the concept of a mask? And whatever we are doing from morning is we are just trying to do some operations on the image. We are not trying to modify that image or that layer. So that's important. This is called non-destructive. So usually when we directly delete, it becomes a destructive method. Okay, so step 1. What is step 1? Select the text, click and type the text. Now you can do it along with me. I am making it bold and I am increasing the size also of it. Step 1 done. The A will be there, that's the text tool. Click on it, click on the canvas or the image. Yeah. Okay, fine. Okay, so I've got a background layer, I've got a peacock layer, and I've got the text on top. Only 3 layers now. Okay, all have typed the text. Fine. Next, what I have to do is I have to click on the peacock layer. In my case, it's the peacock. In your case, it's going to be something else. Right click on it and say add layer mask. Okay. Select the first option, white full opacity. Say add. So you should have a white box next to it. Now you can try clicking. You will get a frame. Click on this part. Okay, you will get a white border around the image. Click on the mask. You will get that thing moving to the mask. Okay, try doing that. So there are 2 different things now. You have an image and you have a mask. Got it? So what I am doing now is I am creating one more layer. The first icon there is to create a new layer. So I can say okay, create a new layer for me. So what I'll do is I'll take the bucket and fill that layer with white color. Down the first icon here, creating a new layer. Okay, click on the topmost layer now, the Goa University or whichever whatever text you have. Right click on it and say merge down. So after creating a layer, you have to fill it with white. Okay, so this is your mask that you have created. Is this a mask you want? Remember what we had done earlier. Is this the mask that you want? What mask you want? Exact opposite, right? So you can go to this thing, colors, and do an invert on it. Yeah, so this is what you'll get. So this is the mask that I want. If it's the other way around, what will happen? Only the middle part of that image would get transparent and the background would be shown there. So it depends upon what you want to mask, you can change the mask. Okay, if I want this mask, okay, there is nothing right or wrong here, right? It depends upon what is the output that you want. If your output, what you require is that this should be transparent and the remaining should be visible, then this mask can be used. The inverted mask will make this entire part transparent and only show what is there here in the text. Okay, so pay attention to these steps now, because now whatever I am going to do is using the keyboard. Okay, what is used to copy? Click on the layer. What is used to copy? Shortcut to copy. So Control C, click on the mask. Click on the mask. There are two parts, image and the mask. Click on the mask. Say Control V to paste. Okay, you will get something like a floating tab selection, right? You have got that separate layer, floating selection. All have got that extra layer. Okay, right click on that layer and say anchor layer. There is an option there, anchor layer. Right click on this floating layer and then there is an option there on top called anchor layer. So click on anchor layer and just hide that mask, the top thing which you have created. That is a mask that you have created. Just hide the mask and this is what you should get. And if you see what I am doing, you can put it on any background. So okay, now I'm just playing around. What I've done is I've created the same mask for this thing and I'll start blending the top. Okay, so you can do, it's just mix and match, whatever you want to do. I'm using only two operations, blending of modes and masking. Suppose I don't want to do this, if I want normal, and what I can do is I can move this mask. See the different. Okay, so you can go on playing around with it with only very few operations. So there are two operations that I have done here now. I have done rather three. I have moved it. Okay, moved the one layer. I have done masking and I have done blending. That's it. Okay, if I want scaling, It's taking time. But this concept of masking, is it clear how it is to be done? Okay. So do you want me to repeat? Okay, I'll start from scratch. Not scratch in the sense programming in scratch, but did you understand masking in painting? Okay. So we'll see how to do it. But understand the concept. What does masking do? Why do you mask? I used a mask here, right? Why did I use a mask? How did the mask help me? So I could work only on this part, right? Without affecting what was there outside. Right? I did not have to, suppose I want to draw a circle. There are multiple ways of doing it. But what happened is when I'm filling it, it may go out. There may other things happen. Even when I'm painting, okay, when I'm blending, it would have gone out, right? I wouldn't have got clear borders. So I masked that area also. Okay, so this is where masking comes in, and whenever you're doing it with a tool like GIMP, okay, since it's digital, it's slightly different. What I'll do is again I'll start with a normal image. I'll not take this image, I'll take the forest. Okay. One way of doing it, let us put some text on this. Okay. So I'll put, I'm used to this text, Goa University. Okay, this is clear. I have a background, I put text on it. We'll take a different approach of doing the same thing. Yeah. Now what if I want the text to be not just normal text like this, but this text to be something which is like an image or which shows something through it. This looks plain black, right? I do not want this to look like this. So what I do, of course I'm changing the steps slightly. I'm duplicating it just because I'm going to use it later just to show you an effect. But what do I want to see through this now? What do I want Goa University to look like? So there are multiple options. I can actually download another image or I can select whatever I have. So at the moment what I'll do is I'll use the Milky Way, or I can actually download another image if I want. This looks better. It's a web page. Okay, so I'll take this image. Okay, so what I have now? So this is what I want to put on Goa University. Now there are one ways I can take it directly, or I can scale this also, so that I get. Okay, so this is what I want on Goa University. That Goa University should be made of this image, for example. How do I do it? That's when you can create a mask. So I take this Goa University and I create a layer between the image and Goa University. That's a blank layer. Can you see the layer now? And here what I do is, you can see this, change the color, background and foreground. Okay, so I'll fill it, so that I get a white layer now, completely layer that is white in color. Okay, I click on Goa University, the text, right click and say merge down. If you want me to repeat at certain point, just stop me, okay? Yeah. From where? The entire thing? I don't mind, so it's like. Understand the step. Open, and I am opening this image. Right? So now I've got just one layer. What I do next? I need some text on this. So I'm going to go to the text and add some text. Okay, I'll make it bold and of course increase the size of it. Right? Everybody with me till now? So now what we want to do to this? This text which is there, I don't want it to be plain black. It's black, right? I can give it another color, but I don't want it to be a color. I want it to look like some other image. And this is not only with this thing, you can do it in a lot of other cases. I'll show you the other cases also, but this is what is there in your part of a lesson plan, so I'm showing you this. So you have, what next? So what image do you want on this? Or in what image do you want Goa University to be in? So basically I'm selecting that other image now. So in my case I'm taking this fantasy image and I'm going to have the fantasy image on. So I'm just pulling it, but what you can do is you can go to File, Open as Layer and get the image in. Okay, those who don't know how to directly pull an image, okay, they can go to File, Open as Layer and open it as a layer. Okay, so now I've got this layer above Goa University. So I just pull it down. Layers can be moved directly. You just click on the layer and pull it down. So now we have got one image, which is the background image. Then there is a second image which I want on the text, and the text on top, right? Do not look at one more layer which I have hidden that layer. I have just kept it for some other reason. Got this till here? Okay, but can I directly put this here? I can't, right? I have to create a mask now. So how do you create a mask? There are two things. Adding a mask is different from creating a mask. Adding a mask is simple. I right click on that image and say add as a mask. That's a different thing. But I have to create a mask, right? If you remember this video, they did not show you how to actually create the mask, but they already had a mask. This was a mask, right, which somebody had created. And what you see is application of that mask. So what you have to do now is you have to create a mask. So how do you create a mask is, first you have to create a layer, because there is something required, right, to create a mask. So I have a layer, and in this layer what I do is I fill it with white color. So I think all of you know the bucket, same thing in paint, right? So I just fill the entire layer with white color. All have understood how to fill it with white? Yes, something you want to know? Yeah, so you select, so there is background and foreground here, you can see the arrows. So I select white is what I want, which is the active color, and I just fill it in that layer. Now, like I mentioned in the morning, okay, it's only affects a layer, it doesn't affect the entire image. So now when I did a fill, it only filled that particular layer. Okay, now I click on the Goa University, the text, right click on it and say merge down, because I have now this is when my mask is actually done. I have created a mask here. Okay, but is this the right mask? It will depend upon what you want to do. Okay, in this case, what is going to happen? For that image, for this image, this is going to be transparent and the remaining thing will remain. Let us try doing it. Let us see what happens. I right click on the fantasy layer. In your case, it will be something else, the layer just below the text, the mask that you have created. Right click on it and say add layer mask, white full opacity, add. So it's added. Okay, mask is already added. Now how do you apply a mask? How do you apply a mask? So I have to select on this. Remember the keyboard shortcuts. Control C, select the mask, Control V, right click on it and say anchor layer. See what has happened? Yeah? First, I'm just hiding that layer so that you see it. Right click on that. Can you see it there? Right click on this layer. Okay, say add layer mask and say add. Okay, done. Then you click on the top layer, which is the mask layer. Say Control C. Control C means it is copying the layer. Then I go to the, there are two parts here. You have the mask and you have the actual image. Go to click on the mask. Control V to paste. Okay, I have pasted. Right click and say anchor layer. Anchor layer will actually join it. So till that time it's floating. You can't do any operations on it. See what happened. It is showing the background layer, right? The background image through the Goa University thing. But what I wanted, exact opposite. You did not see this step, right? This was what I was getting. How do I get the opposite of this? What is the word you use? Invert, right? So click on the layer, go to colors, I have shown this, and say invert. Got it? Still confused? Yeah, got it, fine. Okay, so now this is what I have got. If you remember, I had also kept that Goa University thing there in the background. This is just to create that effect. This is not actually required. I just did it so that you can see it more clearly. Now can you see the image within the text? Okay, so this is one technique that is used to remove the background. Now I have shown it as a simple thing with a, with a text. But this is one option which you can use to remove people out of backgrounds and things like that by creating masks. Okay, they are more complex. If you are clear about this, I can just demonstrate to you how you can do it with other things. Everybody clear on? All have done this? Anybody still struggling? Okay. So this is what you did, like Control C, Control V, right? You got a floating point, a floating layer like that. Right click on it and say anchor layer. Done. This is how it should appear, your image should be there and the text will go transparent. Has that happened? Maybe your layer is still active, the mask is still active, just hide the mask. Then click on that eye. Something I mentioned in the morning, okay, the difference between raster graphics or an image and a vector image, right? So this is what I am going to create now is I am going to create a vector just to show you how a vector will look. Okay, so when I create a vector image, okay, if you see there are points and these are all mathematical things and I can actually modify it. Okay, so the way I work here is completely different than I work with a normal image. So whatever is stored here is actually a mathematical formula is stored and not the value of the pixel as against what you have in GIMP. GIMP, what is going to be stored is going to be, okay, the values of all these pixels in that file. But the way data is stored is different. In a vector, it is stored as a complete mathematical expression. Here it is value per pixel. Okay, this just for information, this is not, okay, so I have got these objects which will be shared with you. I have a circle, I have a triangle and I have a square. Okay, there are other images also which you can try playing around with, which are also there. Okay, and I'll give you accesses which will be using some of these images for masking and other things. We'll just open up a new okay, we have opened. Okay, so if you remember, how do we get a new one? Open as a layer, and what I am getting first is I'll get the square. Okay, I'll also get the other two, the triangle and the circle. Just here I've got it on 3 different layers, right? How do you create a house out of this now? House and the sun. How will you do it using these 3 objects? These are three things that I have. Okay, so I take this, and what is the operation that I do on it? Okay, I do a rotate on this, right? What do I do next? Tell me the operations. Okay, done? Okay, this is the sun by default. Okay, how do you reduce the size? Select it, scale. Done? Okay, how do you change the color? Okay, so select the bucket, select the color that you want. What happened? Okay, similarly I can fill all these things. Okay, now what you have to do is, don't use the circle, don't use the square. Only use the triangle, create the same thing again. Now, okay, you should not use the square and the circle. You have to only use the triangle, but this is what I want. Okay, you are able to do this? Yeah, all downloaded tried doing it using only the triangle. Yeah, so can somebody tell me the steps? What do you have to do? I require the roof, right? So why do I rotate? Yeah, so I have to duplicate this twice, right? And then rotate it. I have rotated, then what? Okay, actually you can give the degrees here. Okay, so I've got. Then what? Right. And now what about the sun? What about the sun? How will you do a sun using a triangle? Just using normal shapes. Only triangles. You've done this in Scratch. Yeah, you have done this in Scratch. How will you do a circle from a triangle? Okay. How would you cut it like a pizza? 6, right? Make it smaller, make it smaller. So ultimately, if you take the center point as one vertex, this point of that triangle, you go on rotating the triangle along that thing, you will get a circle. So you will have to do this with multiple layers. Okay, so it will be like one part of one triangle, second triangle joining it, third triangle, fourth triangle, fifth triangle, go on that way to form the circle. If you see here, I can change this. This is a point of rotation, right? Can you see this? By default, how it was rotating? Suppose I rotate it, it would rotate around that point, right? But if you want to do a circle, should I rotate around the vertex here? This thing, edge here? No, right? I need it to rotate along this. Just pull it, get it there and see this. Okay, so this is how your rotation is going to change. So you should have a small triangle, attach another triangle to it, attach the third triangle, attach the fourth triangle, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, go on doing it till you get a circle. Okay? A triangle, if you are aware of, is one of the most stable things. So from a triangle you can do anything. Create anything from a triangle. Even if I want to create a 3D object, I can create a 3D object using a triangle. Okay, so that's how you'll have to do it. Take a triangle and go on rotating it around this point here. That's how you did it in Scratch also, right? From a triangle to a circle. Did you try it out? If you have not, you can do that. So it works, it's the same exercise. You can do it in Scratch, you can do it in GIMP also. Okay, just to give you a demonstration now, take a look here. Okay, if you have seen this image, okay, this is an pixel, this is an bitmap. Okay, this is a bitmap. I'll zoom in. Can you see this? What happens? What happens to the edges? Pixelations, right? If I zoom it, now I'm going to show you what happens to a vector image. Same thing, same image I have taken, but this is vector. Okay, I think I have not downloaded the right SVG. Just a minute. Open with See the zoom. Do you see any pixelation? Because this is all a formula, so if I want I can ungroup it. Can you see this? It's a path. This is what you do, your logos and everything are done as vectors because you require to use it at multiple places. So that's one major difference when you're working with tool like GIMP and tool like Inkscape here. This is a complete vector tool. Okay, if you've seen this, I'm showing you the difference so that you understand what it is. Yeah. So this is like a photograph or something that you click. But in Inkscape, you actually have to create it. Okay, that creation part is there. It's a time-consuming thing. Okay, you have to go line by line, trace everything, and it's a long process. But the benefit you have is what you see here. So when you work with Corel Draw or Illustrator tools like this, they are all vector tools. This you cannot directly click with the camera. Okay, this is what you have to create.